Hello, learners, and welcome back to your own channel LIY English Learn It Yourself. So, learners, today we are going to learn 2.3 of section 2 of class 12th English Maharashtra State Board, which actually is a poem titled as Inchcape Rock and written by Robert Southey. Robert Southey was born in Bristol, England, and he was educated at Westminster School and Balliol College, Oxford. And he was a poet laureate, which means a highly honorable and distinguished poet of England from 1813 to 1843. He was a great letter writer, a literary scholar, an essay writer, historian, and biographer. He was also a renowned scholar of Portuguese and Spanish literature and history. So today we are going to learn a poem by him, Inchcape Rock. So before we start with the poem, let us try to understand what this poem is all about, what we are going to learn in this poem. Basically, the Inchcape Rock 2.3 is a poem which actually is a ballad. Now, what is a ballad, students? A ballad is a song or a poem. It can be a song or it can be a poem. It is generally meant to be singing. And this poem always narrates a story about something. So this poem, Inchcape Rock, is also a ballad. It consists of 17 stanzas, which means very long it is, as the ballads should be. And each stanza has 4 lines, and the rhyme scheme in each stanza is definite, which is AABB. Now, what story does this poem tells us? It is a story of the 14th century about the good abbot of Aberbrothock and the devilish pirate Sir Ralph the Rover. And actually, it is a story about an Inchcape Rock which was infamous, which was notorious for causing a loss of many lives and ships. So there around 11 miles off the east coast of Angus, Scotland, in the ocean, there used to be this rock. It was rock जिसको हम चट्टान बोलते हैं. So this particular rock was inside the ocean, and very small part of this rock was visible above the water. So when there used to be calm weather, when the ocean was calm, there was no storm, people could easily see this rock, and they could avoid it. They could avoid, and they could change the direction of the ship, and so that there used to be no accident. But when there used to be storms, when there used to be heavier waves and heavy winds, so this particular rock was completely invisible. It was completely underwater. So that time, when mariners and the sailors, those who are traveling in the ship, they could not spot the rock that is there, and they used to collide with them. The ships used to crash, and then ultimately, due to this accident, ships used to sunk down, and it caused many deaths and many shipwrecks. So this particular Inchcape Rock was infamous for it was very dangerous, and people used to be very scared of this rock. So there was this head of priest. He was a abbot of Aberbrothock, and what he had done once he was passing through this rock, he had installed a bell on a buoy. Buoy means an instrument about a pole, और उसके ऊपर उसने एक bell लगा दिया, so that of course when the weather is calm there is no need for the bell, but when there used to be storm, and during the storm only, this rock used to be very dangerous for the ships. So during the storm, when there used to be heavy wind and heavy waves, due to this heavy wind and heavy waves, this bell used to ring wildly and issue a warning to the mariners and to the ships coming its way. So whenever this storm used to be there, and this bell used to ring so loudly, that these mariners and the sailors, they used to get notified indirectly, and they used to know that now, okay, we are getting this noise from this particular direction. It means there is this Inchcape Rock. So they used to change the course of their ship, they used to change the direction of their ship, and by this they were saved. So whenever the ships were saved during the storm, they used to bless, and they used to remember in good way the Sir abbot of Aberbrothock. Because of him, their lives were saved. So Sir Abbot of Aberbrothock was very famous. People used to love him for the good thing that he had done to save the lives of people. And there used to be this devilish pirate जिसको हम समुद्री लुटेरा बोलते हैं. So there used to be this pirate called Sir Ralph the Rover. He was of course a pirate. He wanted that ships get damaged so that it will be easier for him to attack on such ships and then plunder all the things. उसको शिप को लूटने में आसानी होती थी अगर शिप कोई एक्सीडेंट से उसका कोई एक्सीडेंट हो जाए, वो ऑलरेडी डूब रही हो. सो इट इज़ ईजियर. दे वर द टारगेट्स फॉर हिम. So, and also another reason was that he was very jealous of the fame of Abbot of Aberbrothock. Why people used to love him so much, why people used to remember him in good ways, in good terms, and they used to bless him. So he was very jealous of the fame of Abbot of Aberbrothock, and then as a consequence of his jealousy, he cut down the bell. And then what happened, we'll look ahead in the poem. So this is the major storyline that is narrated in this poem, The Inchcape Rock. So let us start the poem and we'll try to understand stanza by stanza. No stir in the air, no stir in the sea. The ship was as still as she could be. Her sails from heaven received no motion. Her keel was steady in the ocean. Meanings I have already given, you can check it out. Stir means movement. So in this first stanza, the poet is describing the calmness of the weather on that particular day, the calmness of the sea, the calmness of the wind, and the calmness of the waves. That this is the day when there is no heavy waves or heavy wind, so there is calmness all around, and the ship is sailing very quietly, very smoothly. There is no problem at all. The sails of the ship, sails is the wind catching apparatus by which ships get the movement, they get the speed to move in a particular direction by using the force of the wind. So sails from heaven here means sky. So there was no force, there was no movement, much movement in the air. So obviously the ship was very smoothly sailing around. The keel was also very steady in the ocean. Keel is that inner part of the ship which is at the base of the ship, and it is there to provide the stability to the ship inside the water. So in the first stanza, as we can see, the poet is describing how everything is calm and nice on a particular day and the ship is going around very smoothly. Without either sign or sound of their shock, the waves flowed over the Inchcape Rock. So little they rose, so little they fell, they did not move the Inchcape bell. In second stanza, we can see again here the poet is describing that the weather is still calm. Now here little movement can be seen in the wind and little movement can be seen in the ocean, in the water level, that there are smaller waves now coming up. Earlier in the first stanza, it is shown that it is completely calm and still without any movement in the ocean. But in the second stanza, the poet says that now there is little movement in the ocean. Slowly, smaller waves are coming. They are rising and they are falling, but they are not enough to move the Inchcape bell. Because the Inchcape bell used to ring only whenever there is storm, when there used to be heavy wind and heavy waves. So Inchcape bell used to ring because of force. But now here the weather is not very dangerous. It's still fine. It's nice. Only smaller waves are there. Little bit movement in the wind is there, but it is not enough to move the Inchcape bell. The Abbot of Aberbrothock had placed the bell on the Inchcape Rock. On a buoy in the storm it floated and swung, and over the waves its warning rung. Now in the third stanza, the poet is introducing us to the Abbot of Aberbrothock and is narrating the story that he was the one, the prince, the priest, the head of the priest. He was the one who had installed the bell on the Inchcape Rock by installed on a buoy. In the storm, it used to float and swung, and over the waves, its warning rung. So स्टॉर्म के टाइम पे वो बेल ज़ोर से बजती थी और आवाज़ इतनी ज़ोर से क्रिएट करती थी, इट यूज़ टू बी लाइक कि समंदरों की जो लहरें हैं उनके बीच में से उसकी जो वार्निंग की तरह वो सबको वार्न करती थी कि यहाँ पे ये रॉक है. When the rock was hit by the surge's swell, the mariners heard the warning bell, and then they knew the perilous rock and blessed the abbot of Aberbrth Hawk. Then, when the rock was hit by the surges swell, when there is storm, there is a sudden rise in the sea level. So जब बहुत ह्यूज सर्ज आता था, ओशन का लेवल, वाटर लेवल बहुत बढ़ जाता था जब तूफान के टाइम पे. सो वो जो रॉक था, जो वैसे भी बहुत लिटिल पार्ट उसका वो विजिबल होता था पानी के ऊपर, वो बिल्कुल पूरी तरह से छुप जाता था, बट वो पानी के नीचे रहता था और शिप जो है उससे टकरा के एक्सीडेंट होके डूब जाती थी. तो ऐसे ही टाइम पे जब तूफान के टाइम पे जब वो रॉक पूरा पानी के अंदर छुपा हुआ होता है, बट ऐसे टाइम पे जब ये बेल लगा दी गई थी, अबॉट ऑफ एबरब्रेथ हॉक ने ये बेल लगाई थी, बिकॉज ऑफ विच मरीनर्स मीन सेलर्स, दोज हु आर ट्रैवलिंग इन द शिप, दे यूज टू हियर द वार्निंग बेल एंड देन दे न्यू द पेरिलस रॉक. जब उनको ये वार्निंग बेल की आवाज़ जो ज़ोर से बजती थी हवाओं में, पता चल जाता था कि यहीं पे रॉक है. पेरिलियस मीन्स डेंजरस रॉक. ये बहुत फेमस रॉक था, ये सैंडस्टोन रीफ था जिसकी वजह से बहुत सारी एक्सीडेंट्स ऑलरेडी हुए थे. सो दे न्यू कि देर इज़ दिस रॉक. सो वाइल लिसनिंग टू दिस लार्ज एंड ह्यूज साउंड ऑफ bell, they used to know that there is this perilous rock, and then they used to change the course. उस जगह को वो avoid करते थे और अपना direction change कर लेते थे, and they used to blessed the abbot of Aberbrth Hawk. उसके लिए दुआएं करते थे कि उन्होंने इतना अच्छा काम किया abbot of Aberbrth Hawk ने कि आज हमारी जान बच गई. The sun in heaven was shining gay, all things were joyful on that day. The seabirds screamed as they wheeled around, and there was joyance in their sound. So this is another stanza. यहाँ पे ये कोई और दिन की बात पोएट कर रहे हैं. He's saying that there was this particular day when the sun in heaven here again means sky, was shining gay. Gay means happy. All things were joyful on that day. So there is this particular day, everything was very nice, it was shiny day, there used to be seabirds, they were screaming around due to joy. So out of joy, cheerfully they were just wheeling around over the sky. It was a very beautiful, splendid day, and there was joyance in the sound of the birds. So there was cheerfulness, there was joy, there was happiness everywhere around. There was a very nice day one day. Then what happens? The buoy of the Inchcape Bell was seen, a darker speck on the ocean green. Sir Ralph the rover walked his deck, and he fixed his eye on the darker speck. So यहाँ पे फर्स्ट टाइम पोएट इंट्रोड्यूस करते हैं हमको सर राल्फ द रोवर, पायरेट से, जो एक डेविलिश पायरेट है. एंड ही सेज़ कि एक दिन जब बहुत अच्छा दिन था, बहुत शाइनी दिन था, एंड ही वॉज ट्रैवलिंग टूवर्ड्स दैट साइड जहाँ पे इंचकेप रॉक है. और ऑफकोर्स काम दिन होता है बहुत, when the day is very calm, that time this particular rock was easily seen, because जो ocean level रहता है वो सिर्फ तूफ़ान के समय ऊपर होता है, और जब तूफ़ान नहीं होता है, समंदर बहुत काम रहता है, उस टाइम पे ये जो रॉक है वो ऑटोमेटिकली दिख जाता है. सो देर इज़ नो यूज़ ऑफ बेल. तो उस पर्टिकुलर दिन जब सब कुछ शांत था समंदर में, सर राल्फ द रोवर को दिखाई दे रहा था ग्रीन ओशन में एक डार्कर स्पेक मतलब एक धब्बे की तरह, ब्लैक धब्बे की तरह वो जो रॉक है, चट्टान है, दिखाई दे रही थी. सो ही वॉक टूवर्ड्स हिज डेक मीन्स द फ्रंट पार्ट ऑफ द शिप. तो अपने शिप जहाँ उस डायरेक्शन में जा रही है वहाँ पे फ्रंट पार्ट पे खड़े होके वो नज़दीक से देखने की कोशिश करते हैं टू दिस रॉक. And he fixed his eye on the darker speck. He felt the cheering power of spring. It made him whistle, it made him sing. His heart was mirthful to excess, but the rover's mirth was wickedness. Now यहाँ पे हमको पता चलता है कि what was going on in his mind. It was a very nice day, it was a very cheerful day, and as a result he was also very cheerful. He was also feeling very happy, and because of this joyance he was whistling around. जब होता है ना बहुत अच्छे मन में आप होते हो तो you just sing and you just whistle. So that was the mood of Sir Ralph the rover that day. Because of this beautiful day ahead, he was very cheerful and he was whistling. and it was clearly visible that he was very mirthful, he was very jolly and excited inside his heart, but nobody knew what is there inside his heart. Why is he so excited? Because here poet says in the last line of the stanza that Rover's mirth was wickedness, because he was happy because suddenly he had got a devil idea in his mind. उसके दिमाग में एक शरारत सूझी थी और एक नुकसान पहुंचाने वाली उसकी सोच उसके दिमाग में आई थी, जिसकी वजह से वो बहुत एक्साइटेड था. ही जस्ट गॉट वेरी एक्साइटेड बिकॉज ही हैड गॉट अ विकेड आइडिया इन हिज माइंड. एंड व्हाट वाज दैट? His eye was on the Inchcape float. Quoth he, my men put out the boat, and row me to the Inchcape rock, and I'll plague the abort of Aberbrth hawk. सो व्हेन जब उन्होंने देखा कि वो जो रॉक दिखाई दिया, सो सडनली एन आइडिया केम टू हिज माइंड, और वो अपने बोटमैन को, जो उसके आदमी हैं दूसरे, उनको ऑर्डर करता है दैट माई मैन पुट आउट अ बोट. नाउ ऑफ कोर्स पूरी वेन एवर इन ओशन व्हेन यू वांट टू गो समवेयर फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर स्मॉल वर्क, you don't take all the ship over there. There are smaller boats that they carry on the ship, so they take the boat and then they go do the particular work and they come back on the ship. That is how they do. So ये बड़ी शिप में थे, so वो अपने आदमियों को बोलते हैं, बोटमैन को बोलते हैं कि बोट निकालो एंड रो मी टू द इंचकेप रॉक. रो मतलब बोट चला कर ले जाना, हाथ से जो चप्पू से ले चला कर ले जाते हैं पानी में. सो ऑर्डर करता है कि बोट निकालो और मुझे वो इंचकेप रॉक तक पहुँचाओ. एंड आई विल प्लेग द एबॉर्ट ऑफ एबरब्रथ हॉक. प्लेग मतलब कॉजिंग पेन, के बहुत नाम है. I have learned that he is very famous. Everyone bless him, everyone remembers him and prays for him. Now I will do something that people will no longer remember him, and I will plague him. I will cause pain and trouble to him. What he does? The boat is lowered, the boatmen row, and the Inchcape rock they go. Sir Ralph bent over from the boat and he cut the bell from the Inchcape float. So that was the idea. ये idea उनके दिमाग में चल रहा था, because of which he was very excited and happy. And what was the idea? When he went there, उनके जो boatmen ने वहाँ पे उनको पहुँचाया, so he bent from his boat, अपनी boat से वो bent करके by his using his sword he just cut down the बेल. वो जो बेल लटक रही थी, जो सब शिप्स को वार्निंग देती थी कि यहाँ पे ये रॉक है, पता कराती थी कि यहाँ पे ये रॉक है, इनसे बच के चलिए, उस बेल को उन्होंने काट दिया. एंड फाइनली ही जस्ट वेंट अराउंड. Down sung the bell with a gurgling sound, the bubbles rose and burst around. Quoth Sir Ralph, the next who comes to the rock won't bless the abort of Aberbrth hawk. So he was taken over completely by his jealousy. That is why he just cut down the bell. कि अब ना bell रहेगी, people will not get warning, people will die, no one will be saved, and no one will bless Sir Abbot of Aberbrth hawk, no one will remember him, everyone will die. That was his idea. So when he cut down the bell sank inside the ocean with a gurgling means bubbling sound. And Sir, what did he say? The next who comes to the rock won't bless the abort of Aberbrth hawk. अब जो भी इस रॉक की तरफ आएगा तो कभी कोई abort of Aberbrth hawk को याद नहीं करेगा, because there is no bell and they will not be saved. Sir Ralph the rover sailed away. He scoured the sea for many a day, and now grown rich with plundered store, he steers his course for Scotland's shore. अब नेक्स्ट स्टैंजा में बताते हैं कि ये काम करने के बाद, बेल काट देने के बाद, बेल जब डूब गई, अब वो वहाँ से चले गए. एंड देन ही सेल्ड अवे. ओशन में पायरेट्स का काम ही यही होता है. ही वॉज अ पायरेट, सो बेसिकली ही यूज टू जस्ट सर्च एंड जस्ट सर्व इन द ओशन एंड सर्च फॉर द शिप्स टू स्कावर देम. स्कावर मतलब लूटना. स्कावर मतलब जब ट्रैवल करते हैं शी में, बट हिज ओनली मोटिव हियर इज टू सर्च फॉर द शिप्स सो दैट ही कुड लूट देम. सो ही सेल्ड अवे, ही स्कावर्ड द सीज फॉर मैनी अ डे. यहाँ पे मतलब है पूरा समंदर को वो छान रहे थे और बहुत सारी शिप्स को उन्होंने लूटे। नाउ ग्रोन रिच विथ प्लंडर्ड स्टोर, लूटा हुआ माल जिसको बोलते हैं, उसकी वजह से अब वो बहुत रिच हो गए हैं, क्योंकि इस जो पर्टिकुलर रॉक से अब बेल नहीं थी तो एक्सीडेंट होते थे शिप के, और जो एक्सीडेंट वाली जो डैमेज शिप होती थी जो डूबने लगती थी, तो ऐसे शिप्स पे अटैक करके सर राल्फ द रोवर उसको लूटते थे, यही उनका काम था। So by doing this particular act, he got many targets. He got a lot of wealth, lot of store he got by plundering, looting. बहुत सारी ships को उन्होंने लूटा और बहुत सारा माल जमा कर लिया। Now he thought कि now he is grown rich, अब वो बहुत अमीर बन गए हैं, now he should go. So उन्होंने decide किया वापस आने का, and then he decided to return to the Scotland. सो ही स्टीयर्स हिज कोर्स फॉर स्कॉटलैंड शोर। अब वो बहुत अमीर बन गए हैं और उन्होंने अपना शिप का जो डायरेक्शन है घुमा दिया है। अब वो सोच रहे हैं कि वो स्कॉटलैंड शोर पे, स्कॉटलैंड के किनारे पे चले जाएंगे। So thick a haze spreads the sky, they cannot see the sun on high. The wind had blown a gale all day, at evening it had died away. So thick a haze matlab thin mist overspreads the sky. So there is this particular day when he was traveling back towards the Scotland shore. अचानक से आसमान में एक कोहरा सा छा गया. They cannot see the sun on high. It was around evening. Sun was still visible but they could not see because suddenly जब तूफान आता है तो how there is darkness everywhere. So same अचानक से जो मौसम है change हो गया. There was a haze all over. Nothing was visible. Sun could not be seen on sky. The wind had blown a gale all day. Wind gale मतलब आवाज़. दिन भर हवाओं ने बहुत ज़्यादा शोर मचाया. मीन्स दैट पर्टिकुलर डे द वेदर वॉज नॉट नाइस. और इवनिंग तक आते आते जो वेदर है और ज़्यादा ख़राब हो गया और ज़्यादा बदतर हो गया. On the deck the rover takes his stand, so dark it is they see no land. Quoth Sir Ralph, it will be lighter soon, for there is the dawn of the rising moon. तो ये बहुत ख़राब वेदर लग रहा था उस टाइम पे. डेक के पास खड़े होकर रोवर देखने की कोशिश करते हैं वेदर दे कैन सी एनी शोर. उनको कुछ नज़र नहीं आ रहा है, कोई किनारा नज़र नहीं आ रहा है. इट इज़ डार्क एवरीवेयर. आसमान में सूरज कुछ दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है. एवरीथिंग इज़ डार्क एंड इट वॉज़ वेरी डेंजरस. इट लुक्ड वेरी डेंजरस. तो अपने आदमियों को शांत कराने के लिए, उनको मोटिवेट करने के लिए सर राल्फ ने कहा, कोत मतलब कहना, दैट इट विल बी लाइटर सून, कि डोंट वरी, बहुत जल्दी सब कुछ शांत हो जाएगा. फॉर देयर इज़ द डॉन ऑफ द राइजिंग मून, बहुत जल्दी आसमान में चांद निकल आ जाएगा तो थोड़ी बहुत रोशनी होगी. सो वी विल बी एबल टू सी, वी विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड वेयर वी आर एग्जैक्टली. Can't hear, said one, the breakers roar. For me thinks we should be near the shore. Now where we are I cannot tell, but I wish I could hear the Inchcape bell. तो उनके किसी एक आदमी ने कहा कि आपको सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है कि ब्रेकर्स की आवाज़ आ रही है इतनी ज़ोर से. ब्रेकर्स मतलब वेव्स. कि आपको सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है कि बहुत ज़ोर से वेव्स की किसी चीज़ से टकराने की आवाज़ आ रही है. और ऐसा लगता है जैसे किनारे पे वेव्स टकराती है तो आवाज़ आती है. तो मतलब ऐसे लग रहा है कि शायद हम किनारे के बहुत नज़दीक हैं. बट काश अगर वो इंचकेप बेल होती तो हमको पता चलता हम एग्जैक्टली किधर हैं. सो ये उनके किसी एक आदमी ने कहा कि काश वो इंचकेप बेल होती तो हमें पता चलता कि हम कहाँ पे हैं. They hear no sound, the swell is strong, though the wind hath fallen, they drift along till the vessel strikes with a shivering shock. Oh Christ, it is the Inchcape Rock. तो अब इतना ज़्यादा जो मौसम है ख़राब हो गया है. देर इज़ नो वॉइस, कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है, कुछ आवाज़ नहीं आ रही है, कुछ दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है. एंड सडनली जो स्वेल है, स्वेल मतलब जो तूफ़ान है वो बहुत तेज़ हो गया, जिसकी वजह से जो लहरें हैं, बहुत ऊंची लहरें अभी आ रही है और बहुत स्ट्रांगली आ रही है. और इतनी ज़ोर से अब लहरें आ रही है कि जो उनकी शिप है उनके कंट्रोल में नहीं है. जहाँ पे लहर लेकर जा रही है शिप के साथ वो लोग, they are drifting along मतलब बहते जाना. they are not in their control now. they are completely moved by the strong swell and the strong wind. though till the vessel strikes, और वो खुद ब खुद बहते जा रहे हैं एक पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन में फोर्स से. और अचानक से वेसल यहाँ पे मतलब होता है शिप, अचानक से उनकी जो वेसल है, शिप है, स्ट्राइक करती है विद अ शिवरिंग शॉक। अचानक से उनकी जो शिप है कोई बड़ी सी चीज़ से टकरा गई है, एंड इमीडिएटली दे केम टू नो, दे रियलाइज्ड दैट इट इज़ द इंचकेप रॉक। फाइनली उनकी खुद की शिप इंचकेप रॉक से टकरा गई है। Sir Ralph the rover tore his hair, he cursed himself in his despair. The waves rush in every side, the ship is sinking beneath the tide. और जब उनका एक्सीडेंट हो गया है, शिप उनकी टकरा गई है इंचकेप रॉक से, इस रियलाइजेशन में सर राव द रोवर ही इमीडिएटली रियलाइज व्हाट ही हैड डन। उन्होंने खुद ने ये रॉक पे जो बेल थी उसको काट दी, और नाउ ही has to face the same consequence what he had done to others। और उसमें he's so taken over by despair, he's so upset, he's so mad at himself that he's tearing his hair, अपने हाथों से अपने बाल नोच रहे हैं, because अब उनको समझ नहीं आ रहा कि वो क्या करे। he is cursing himself, immediately he realized that what a big mistake he had done, so he started cursing himself। और there is no time to do anything now, just जैसे ही उनका शिप क्रैश हुआ, द वेव्स रश इन एवरी साइड, हर तरह से पानी भरने लगा शिप में, एंड नाउ द शिप इज़ सिंकिंग बीनीथ द टाइड, और अब उनकी शिप जो है डूबने लगी है। बट इवन इन हिज डाइंग फियर वन ड्रेडफुल साउंड कुड द रोवर हियर, a sound as if with the Inchcape bell the devil below was ringing his knell. So this is the final and the last stanza of the poem of the story. It says that now the ship is sinking. Along with the ship, Sir Ralph the rover and his men are sinking, and when he's dying, he's close to his death. He sees he's facing that fear of death, and in that particular moment when he's basically slowly sinking down into the water, he could see, he just had a vision, उनको ऐसे लगा that if उनको इंच के बेल की आवाज़ सुनाई दे रही है, एंड इंच के बेल की आवाज़ में एक्चुअली उनको ऐसे लगा दैट द डेविल बिलो, जो वो पानी में डूब रहे हैं, तो नीचे से डेविल जो जिसको मौत का फरिश्ता कह सकते हैं, नेल बजा रहा है। इट मीन्स द डेविल इज़ बेसिकली वार्निंग हिम दैट नाउ इट इज़ द टाइम ऑफ योर डेथ एंड यू आर गोइंग टू die, and you are going to face the consequence of your own deed। So पता चलता है कि ultimately the poem is about tit for tat, that thing that whatever you do that comes back onto you only। So if we can easily summarize the poem, that it is based on the moral of as you sow, so shall you reap, and the law of karma, that what goes around comes around। It also gives us the lesson by the story of Abbot of Aberbrothock and Sir Ralph the rover, that those who do bad things will ultimately face the negative consequence. They will have to face whatever they had done. They will also go through what they caused others, and also it also touches upon the important emotions, human emotions, like jealousy, that if he was not so jealous, and he had not done that act out of jealousy, he might be saved now। So what are the negative consequences of such emotions, and how we should have the control over such human emotions। So this was this wonderful poem. I hope you all liked it and loved it. If it was useful to you, please like, share and subscribe to the channel, and keep studying and keep learning and keep growing. Thank you very much.